All right, we are doing North Country Trail, the Manistee River Loop. Going to work on the Manistee River portion today, camp there tonight, and then circle around on the north side of the loop till we'll find a place to camp, hopefully with water tomorrow, and then hike out on Sunday. This is Andy, my hiking partner for the weekend up ahead of us. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend, 70s all weekend, and possible rain a little bit tomorrow night, they say, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, we got our first views of the river here. A lot of that. There'll be a lot of that on this side. White blazes. Looks like a boat launch there. Yeah. A little bit on the road here, and these cars come flying through here, so. That guy was actually going slow. All right, so we're getting off the road, getting into the trail a little bit, and climbing a hill. And boy, my legs can tell that it's been a couple years since I've done this. They're screaming at me, oh, this again. But it is, God, what an incredibly beautiful day. Day started with rain. Now there's not a cloud in the sky.
I got a little service here. Singapore, and then when she does this, she'll take 3 or 4 days of vacation on the back end.
All right, we're back to blue blazes now. Trails are in pretty good shape, especially considering how early it is in the season. A bit of a flat area here to hike on. It's kind of nice for climbing that big hill. So these are the first tents we've seen set up. I suspect we're going to start seeing some more as we go. But this is campsite 7A here. So we got a couple other campsites here. Looks like, oh, it says no camping. It's a road here, no camping, right? Like a little cul-de-sac, little access road, fire road or whatever.
Looks like.
Yeah. All right.
How you doing?
I'm good. All right, so we're coming up to Schlegel Creek here. Wow, beautiful too. There would be some awesome campsites through here, I think. We are going to try and go a little further though, because like knock between 6 and 7 miles out tonight. I thought the map said Schlegel Creek, but we may not be. The sign says Cedar Creek, so I don't know if there is a different creek we're going to cross or not, but we're going to look. So upon review of the map, this is in fact Cedar Creek. Schlegel Creek is just probably up over this big tall hill and down in the next ravine. So this is Cedar Creek. That was a nice little climb. Not too bad though. Legs are burning a little though. Nice to have a little flat spot here. So I suspect through this section here, once all these trees grow out and the leaves are here, that there might be some nettles, or probably pretty well grown over here, even though the path is very obvious, but it's pretty narrow with some stuff on both sides. So I bet shorts give you some scraped legs through here in the summertime. So this is a downhill. My guess is that we're going to be hitting Schlegel Creek down at the bottom of this. There's Schlegel Creek. A little bit bigger creek than the last one. Got a bridge here. So we are going to hike, looking at the map, we're going to hike anywhere from a mile to maybe another mile and a half. We're down below, we're going to run down close to the river here for a long way. We're going to find a spot that is on the river, if we can. We got, this is 4B, really nice site. We're gonna go on for another mile or so, but there's nobody here right now on this one, and you're right by the creek, which is kind of nice. So this would be a good spot. We're trying to get a little more mileage today, though, so that we can have a little easier day tomorrow as we cross over to the North Country Trail, which has a lot more terrain and a little more difficult, I think. So you can climb down here. Ooh, there's a spot down there. Oh, there's people down there camping. Oh, by the water, that's nice. Yeah. This is for a nice little spot there, but again, you're up quite a ways from the water. Nice view. But I think it'd be a bit of a challenge to get down there to filter. Yeah, it's not a climb I want to make after backpacking all day. Got water going, working on the fire.
Mac and cheese.
There are bugs out here galore, but it is our first night. Not gonna rain, I don't think tonight, but we are set up for it just in case. Beautiful spot, river's right there. Went down filtered. I mean, a gorgeous sunset, I think. Okay, so here's my lentils with a little bit of Baby Bell cheddar cheese in there, and then yours is, what do you got?
3 cheese mac and cheese, but
Ah.
there's some pulled pork in there.
Nice. You said it's salty, but pretty
It's
good.
salty, but backpacking is a salt holiday. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So it got down pretty cold last night, about 47, not horrible, but I used this one Tigress hammock liner for the first. It's like an underquilt, goes up underneath the hammock, and that actually kept me pretty warm, even with my 30-degree bag. So I slept pretty comfortably. It's about 8 o'clock. Andy's a slow riser. He told me that yesterday. So I decided to get up and just pack up slowly. Made a fire over there. I'll sit and have some coffee while he's getting his stuff ready. We're only going to do probably 7 or 8 miles today, so we should have plenty of time to finish the loop, and hopefully that'll leave us with 5 or 6 tomorrow. But spectacularly beautiful morning. So we are about to head out. We're all packed up. Gonna do probably 8 miles today. Should be an easy day. Gonna be really nice. A little warm. Fire doused. About 10 o'clock in the morning. A little later than I like to get started, but we're not doing a long day today. So the rest of this today is gonna be along the river. We've only got, the rest of this side along the river. I think about 3 more miles on the Manistee River side. And then the North Country Trail side, it's my understanding, it's going to be a lot more difficult. A lot more terrain, a lot less water. This is site 3B, which is a nice site, really nice site, but it is, again, would be difficult to get water. Of course, you could walk over where we camped last night and get to it, but it would be a tough climb up and down there if you needed to get water. .95% of the time I don't use trekking poles, but I carry them for times like that. These Keens don't, I love them, love the way they fit me. I don't get blisters, can walk for miles in them, but the traction on the bottom is not very good. And so these poles, when there's wet, or loose dirt like that on the side of a hill gives me just a little bit of extra balance, which I appreciate. This is going to fill out nicely in a couple weeks. Leaves are just now starting to come on all these trees. All these water crossings on this side, they all have bridges. Kind of nice. Little footbridges. This will be pretty grown up in the summertime, I think. Makes the trail a little tight, I bet. Nice little walk along the river here. And we got a nice little steep downhill here, kind of wet, probably a little slick. Although I think I'm gonna go over here on the dry side as much as possible. Andy's taking the leafy side over there. This is where the trekking poles come in handy.
Wish.
Yeah. A little wet. This will be a good sight. Look at this.
Good day, guys. You too.
Good trail beverage.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of camp spots as we get closer to the suspension bridge here. A lot of people out.
Morning. Well, afternoon. Yeah, that too.
Oh, yeah, 15 minutes.
15. Okay, morning.
Morning still. That's a good spot. Campsite. That's 2A right there. Right on the water. Whole trail's kind of up above the ridge, above the river on the ridge here. It's definitely be a different trail when, in a few weeks with the all these leaves growing in. Well marked, but probably brush it pretty good when you're walking through. Nice little campsite up here, up overlooking everything. We got 1A here down there. It looks like you're on the river down there. It's pretty nice. There's the suspension bridge that we're going to cross. So this trail down here along the river, I don't think is part of the the Manistee Loop trail is definitely not as well traveled, and is some difficult little parts, hills and stuff, tiny ones, to come down, to get down here. But it's nice. It's first part of the trail we're actually not seeing a ton of people on. The water's nice and clear. Yeah, this is nice. Like here, a little bit of this down this trail, not much. This little overgrown through here. I don't think this is a very well traveled section. I think most people take the way we were headed. This is nice in here. There's the bridge. All right, here's the suspension bridge everybody's talking about. Takes us over to the North Country Trail. We're leaving the Manistee River Trail. All right, so we took a little break. We're heading down North Country Trail now, 2 miles to Eddington, where we know there's water. And I think we're going to try and make it to Sheep's Ranch, where apparently there is also water. Well, I don't really see it on the map on my Gaia, but should be okay. First section here is apparently pretty flat, but after Sheep's Ranch, mostly on hike out tomorrow. I think we're going to hit a little terrain when we after Eddington before Sheep's Ranch, but then tomorrow on the hike out there's a lot of elevation change apparently. We were following an access trail to the North Country Trail, and we had to traverse through this very swampy, marshy area to try and find the trailhead, which I believe we are very close to. We're adjacent to it, if anything. There was a ton of trees down blocking what, if there was a trail, it's not really a trail anymore. So been having to climb over and under logs, but I think we're headed in the right direction anyway.
I think so.
What's that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're probably 100 feet from the trail.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
You got there to the right when you can.
Yeah. You said bear to the right. I'm like, what?
I think we're parallel to the trail right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
May actually just be diverging.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty wet here. All right. That's what happens when you miss a turn. Says we passed it. Yep. I didn't see anything that looked like a trail over there, did you? But we gotta get across this little creek here if we can. Says I'm right on the trail now. We have to go straight up this ridge. The map is showing a trail somewhere in here, but we're not seeing it at all. And so this is where you're glad you have the GPS and the digital map because it has the direction of arrows. So we know that we are headed towards North Country Trail. But can you imagine not having that? That's where people would get in trouble. That's where you got to know how to use your compass, triangulate your location, orienteering. It's been a while since I took my land navigation course. I have to have a refresher on that. This is also the kind of terrain that I'm glad we're in Michigan, because this is snake country. I'm also glad to have these trekking poles here. I think that right above this, up this hill, right up there is the trail. I hope. We're about to find out though. Yep. Yay. Well, that was fun. All right, so Gaia shows a trail connecting the road to the North Country Trail, which is here. That should be right here. And as you can see, there is no trail that even a remnant or a history of a trail that goes through there, which is why we just bushwhacked all the way through that whole area and sort of made our own trail through there. But I wouldn't recommend that. It was not easy. Very wet, swampy, lots of logs and trees to climb over and under. But we are back on track here and back on a trail. That was fun. So this part of the North Country Trail headed back south. It's been pretty flat for a mile or so. Pretty easy, especially after bushwhacking a little bit like we had to do to find the trail again because we missed our turn. A nice little spot, camp down there. This is a little ways away from, I mean, that's Eddington Creek, but just a little, about a quarter mile past the bridge, or before the bridge. If we're traveling south. If you're coming north, that's going to be about a quarter mile before the bridge. So, nice little spots down there though. We are carrying this 30 bag so we can filter with later if we don't have water. It's weird because the map that Andy has, paper map, shows definite water sources at Sheep's Ranch Road, but guys we talked to that just came from that direction said there's no water for 8 miles after Eddington Creek. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what there is. It's a nice little climb up here on top. Some nice views. And none of the river though, but it's pretty up here. Right, camp is set up. We got lots of daylight left. Beautiful sight. A little windy. Hammocks prepared for rain tonight. Fire going, which doesn't seem to be doing too bad in the wind right now. Food's about to go here pretty soon. Good day. Good day, Andy.
It was tough. Tougher than yesterday.
Yeah. See some bugs flying around here too. Wind's kind of keeping them mostly at bay, but they definitely are around. Also, have a super good signal at this campsite. So I'm going to screenshot this on the map and put it where we're at here. But Andy's got Verizon, I have AT&T, and surprisingly how good for being out on the trail the cell phone signal is, in case you need to know. Eating some homemade pasta sauce and whole wheat spaghetti with some Baby Bell cheese mixed in. Let's see how this is. Fire's kind of died down, but it doesn't matter because we're pretty much headed to bed soon, and we'll let the rain take care of that tonight. But it's beautiful. Ended up being just a beautiful day, beautiful night. Good conversation around the campfire, or ish campfire. Good morning. Pretty windy this morning. Hammock and tarp held up really nicely last night. It rained pretty good. It's kind of nice. Kept me dry, kept me warm. Yeah. It was pretty windy and it held up in the wind too. I was happy about that. One wind tarp. Close this up like this. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been up for half hour or so. Just slowly taken down. Heard Andy's alarm go off. We're gonna try and get on the road by 8:30 today. So, beer bags. Day 3, hiking out. Got our site cleaned up. I think about 6 miles today. About roughly 50 degrees. Perfect for hiking out. Because apparently we're gonna have some terrain. There's another site. This one's right off the trail. I think I kind of liked ours better. It was up that little hill, kind of secluded. And we had the views, but it was not right on the trail like this. Looks like a camp here too, all along this ridge here. This side of the North Country Trail. It's just beautiful views. I bet it'll be awesome in the fall. There are definitely some hills on this side, on the North Country Trail side. So far, now I expect that there's going to be a couple big ones coming up, but most of the hills, while they're long, they're pretty gently sloped. They're not like the Grand Canyon where it's pretty much straight up. So these, we're walking up right now, but it's a gentle slope climb. Not too bad. Nice out here. I really like this side because there's just way fewer people. And we haven't seen anybody on the trail so far today. This trail is pretty much all like this. Quiet, peaceful. Birds are chirping. Been pretty flat since we're up here on the ridge. Not a lot of elevation change at this point. This would be a pretty steep hill coming clockwise. We're doing this counterclockwise. Yeah, looks like it would be a tough climb up coming this direction. This might be why everybody talks about the elevation change. Oh yeah, definitely. This would be, coming the other direction would be a hill to climb. That would burn a little. It's a long one. Coming down, easy. I'm wondering if we're gonna see the opposite of this on the way. Is that one would be a bear to climb. Oh, there's still more. Look at this. This keeps going on and on. So yeah, this would be rough. All right, so I think this is going to be the climb back up. We got to get up there. And so it looks like we got us a little switchback here. I feel like early in the season, or after a big snow or a huge rain, there might be a little bit of water flowing down this. Clearly it's a water path. But we had pretty good rain last night and it's dry. So I think this is maybe one of the things that the map was calling a water source, one of the creeks, but it definitely is not a water source right now, that's for sure. Yeah, get a little bit of an idea here how steep the hill is, how big the hill. But these switchbacks are just a gentle climb, not bad. My heart rate's only 103 right now, so it's I mean it's a climb, but not like it would have been coming the opposite direction on that hill earlier. All right, so we are almost exactly 4 miles in, just a little over 4.04. Looks like another 2 to go, maybe. That's about right. We figured about 6 miles today. So, been on the trail for an hour and 32 minutes. Yeah, making good time. Sun's coming back out. Yeah, well, this one's a little bit of an uphill. Not super steep, but it's long. It's probably the steepest that we've run across today. Steepest and longest. But I think we're about a little less than a mile from the car. So, had to be good. This hill's just going on and on and on up. So this is the last, probably eighth of a mile to quarter mile. And it is going, another reason I'm glad we went counterclockwise, because none of the hills today going counterclockwise were really super tough, but this one would be difficult, as well as that other one, climbing straight up. If you were going clockwise, you'd have to start right off coming up this guy, and it would definitely get your heart rate up before you even got started on the trail, I think. It's pretty steep. All right, made it. We are today in a good time today. 6.3 miles from our campsite.
I mean, it's very smooth, very flat, super well maintained. There's some climbs, but they're gentle and they're manageable, and they're not crazy. There's no water between Red Ridge and Eddington Creek, so if you do it in 3 days, which would be better, you're going to have to, take into account that stretch. Great campsites, great people out here. I'll be back for sure.
I thought Andy had a great idea of going counterclockwise. Most of the trips you watch on YouTube or kind of prepping, they're going clockwise. So they're starting at the North Country Trail, and as Andy said, there is no water between here and Eddington Creek, though the maps show it. Both the paper trail map and Gaia and All Trails show water at at Sheep's Ranch Road. It is absolutely not water there, nowhere. And it rained pretty good last night. I was expecting to see a little bit even in some of the trenches, and there just was none. So also, I think, now we went counterclockwise, and today we came down some very steep hills that you would need to climb up if you went clockwise. And the climbs that we had today were a lot more gentle. There were switchbacks, there were gentle climbs. I think especially the when you first get on the trail going clockwise, you get a bear of a climb before you get to any flat North Country Trail. And then there's another one about halfway between here and Eddington Creek. I also liked going the way we did. We did this on a Friday through Sunday. I think it would definitely be better during the week. We did this on a Friday through Sunday, and going counterclockwise was kind of nice because it was a gorgeous weekend and it was very crowded on the Manistee River Trail. And so we were able to find spots pretty easily on the trail, on the Manistee River Trail. Plenty of water, plenty of spots. We had a really nice camp spot. And we maybe passed 5 people today on the way out. And I didn't see anybody camping on the North Country Trail past Eddington Creek all last night. So a lot less crowded on this side. And just a great trail. Definitely recommend 3 days. You could certainly do it in 2. It's about 10 miles from north to south and south to north. But yeah, it's a great time. Beautiful trail, beautiful scenery, and I'll definitely be back on this one. If you I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts. If you've done this trail different times of the year, please subscribe to Trail Duck. Look us up on Trail Duck on Facebook and on YouTube, and I see you on the trails.